The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host are for entertainment purposes only.
Yep.
Do not get mad.
Nope.
Do not get upset.
Don't.
Do not get offended.
Uh-uh.
Do not pass go.
Cry baby.
Do not collect $200. Instead, pay us, and then we'll shut up.
Yeah.
Get ready to get antsy. What's going on, podcast? Early Bird and Ninja. Yo, this is Ninja.
It's Early Bird Night Wolves, the Gemini thing. I don't expect you to understand it.
And this is,
What's going on, podcast?
you already know what's going on, baby. All right, so Early,
What up,
listen,
bro?
we're talking about one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask the game, you don't think so.
When have you ever
listen to
heard this
this.
shit in the locker room when niggas like, yo, this is the new M. I'm about to go crazy out here when they do this tip off, nigga. So again, and I'm not taking away from it. I don't hear Eminem in the streets. I just don't. I'm just a better rapper. I just haven't been given the light that he's been given. We were told that Eminem was the greatest. Oh, and by the way, he was white. That played a huge part in his success, because if you can get white America, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are super solid as far as like album sales are concerned. And then who was he with? He's with Dr. Dre. So then we got niggas too. So then it's that much bigger. Then Interscope puts the money behind it. You put the money behind a fucking a pile of shit, and you put shit on TV every day. It's only gonna be a certain time before people be like, yo, we gotta see, we gotta go smell that.
All right, I don't like. Don't get me wrong, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn this shit off. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I like the game. You know what I'm saying? I think
Right.
he's a great rapper. I really, honestly, he's one of the best. I won't say the greatest, but he's one of the best. But I think everything he just said is a total contradiction of everything he's been through. Because and he's not the first one to go after Eminem. There's been other rappers. There's been a ton of them saying that Eminem's whack. Nobody listens to Eminem. He's white. Blah 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 blah. Right? Okay, this is my take on it. Just real quick, and then I'll ask you what you think about this shit. But I just have to get this shit off my chest.
All right.
Okay. I remember the first time I bought Eminem's album. It was a Slim Shady LP. I ain't buy the first one because I didn't even know who he was yet. That shit was, you couldn't even get it. But I bought the Slim Shady LP. I remember I was living in Queens still. I was still in New York. Nobody was fucking with Eminem. And I agree with Game to a certain extent. Nobody was listening to Eminem in the hood because nobody knew who he was. And to be quite honest, a lot of people didn't even know he was white until we saw him on TV. But when I bought the Slim Shady LP, and then he was popping off on MTV, people really started picking it up. I remember listening to the CD and having it on my Discman. And I like my boys would listen to it, be like, yo, what the fuck are you listening to? Like, it was just different. And I get that. They didn't understand it. But then his shit took off. And then everybody in the hood was listening to Eminem, bro. Everybody knew his songs. So when they say Eminem, nobody was playing Eminem in the hood, man, that was a fucking lie. Because I remember, like I said, I remember being in the hood and people were listening to Eminem. Were they bumping it every day in the street? Maybe not. I don't think so. Like, nobody bumps the same shit every day in the streets. Like, I remember listening to Biggie for a while, and then I didn't play Biggie for a while. You know, in my car, you know, it just depends what mood you're in, really. But to say that he's whack and he had the machine behind him, Game had that same opportunity. He was on that same train, like literally Interscope, Aftermath, Down with Shady. They put him behind that machine too. He fucked it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
The reason why people don't fuck with him, he fucked it up.
Yeah,
he fucked up his own shit. He's doing well, but he fucked up his own shit. Doing all that weird shit. You know, just not being like a real G to the team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for him to hate on Eminem and say, "Oh, he's whack and he's a better rapper," bro, it's all opinion after that. Because I could say, Papoose is a better rapper than Game, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Pap ain't popping off like these guys. Pap is just a regular rapper. You know, my son, he's a dope rapper. He's not in the limelight every day. I think he'll wipe the floor clean the Game, bro. And I also think Eminem will too. I think the problem is that with everybody saying, "Oh, we don't listen to Eminem's music," you know, I want to tell everybody right there that's a lie. Everybody listens to Eminem's music. I don't care who you are, and you say you don't listen to it in your car, but you know an Eminem song. Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for people to get mad at him because he's white, it's not like he's a culture vulture like Post Malone. I think Post Malone is a culture vulture. If you ask me, I don't like him. I think he just jumped into this to get money, and now he's doing all that other weird shit. You know, there's a lot of culture vultures out there that we don't go after as a culture, but yeah, we go after the ones that are actually helping the culture. You can't tell me Eminem didn't put money and made billionaires. You know what I'm saying? And then for people like Game and all these other rappers say Em didn't do nothing for the culture. What are you talking about? He put on 50. He put on the whole G Unit. He put on Slaughterhouse. He put on D12, Cassius, a whole bunch of other underground rappers, Griselda. You cannot tell me, yeah, Conway the Machine, they were all kind of popping. They had a buzz. But when they got on Slim Shady, that shit took a whole nother level, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm familiar with all those names you saying.
Bro, and there's more. There's more. Obi Trice, there's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, their name's familiar.
They all came up on the Shady Tree, bro. And you can't say M didn't put music out that nobody doesn't listen to. You listen to 50, that's M. You know what I'm saying? He produced and made a lot of those hits. You listen to Game stuff, he was on there. You know what I'm saying? You listen to some of Dre's stuff, he wrote stuff with Dre. So for people to say they don't listen to M, they don't understand. They've been listening to M, they just didn't know. If you listen to a 50 album, you listen to M. You know what I'm saying? You listen to a Dre song, I'm pretty sure M is somewhere in that mix. You listen to Lloyd Banks' first album, M was on there. Tony Yayo. Anytime you listen to anything of G Unit, anything of Game, anything that came up after him, you listening to Eminem. Period. You know what I mean? That's how I feel.
I mean, I do think it sucks that he's taking shots at him like that, because, like you say, he had the opportunity, but he just, well, I don't know what happened, but I feel like he had the opportunity and things probably didn't work out for him the way that he wanted to. So now he's trying to get a buzz or whatever. I don't know what is motivating, but yeah, I think it's messed up that he taking shots at him. However, I do think he was right about some of those things, because I'm born and raised down south, right? So certain artists we only heard on the radio, but if you're listening to somebody's, like you're in somebody's car and they got like a CD on, what I'm saying is, growing up down south, there's certain artists that we that you heard that dominated South, which was usually other Southern artists. So if we heard him, then you heard him on the radio or TV or whatever like that. But so I could see his point in in that regard, but at the same time, I think it's like a regional thing,
And it could be, but even with it being a regional thing, so for instance, you in the South, so what were your main rappers back in the day in the South? Like, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure you listened to like the usual suspects like Outkast and Gucci and
if I'm being completely honest with you, what I remember down south is you heard Uncle Luke,
Right.
you heard Outkast,
Hmm.
and you heard Pastor Charles.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I that's what I remember hearing like a lot. So I mean, then of course later on, like when I was now that was when I was like a kid. But then as I got older, Uncle Luke kind of stopped making music or whatever. But you still hearing Outkast, you still hearing Troy. But like, here comes Ti, here comes 8 Ball, MJG,
Young
uh,
G's.
yeah, Jeezy, yeah, all those Southern artists. So and then I must say Dipset. When Dipset came out, Dipset was huge in the South. That was
Mm.
crazy. Uh, M came out and we listened to Eminem. We like M, but if you had a CD, if you put a CD in the car, Eminem was not on those CDs.
Right.
But I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his
And
music.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember when D12 came out,
Mhm.
bro. Devil's Night, bro. That fucking album, bro, was like. That shit was like fight music, bro. Like, you put that shit on and you want to punch somebody in the fucking face. I don't care what anybody says. You put D12 on Devil's Night, bro. I don't care who you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what region. I don't care what you look like. You want to punch somebody in the face. Those beats were so hard, bro. Like, they were some of the best produced beats I've heard in that time in a while. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the time it was like real New Yorky. You know what I'm saying? And then when
Well,
Devil's Night came out, it was just like bang music. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy.
and I have to say this too because I think this is important. At that time, the internet isn't what it is now,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
really didn't have access to the music like that. But I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
if we did, we probably would have listened to it more. But like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
say, back
Yeah.
then it was radio and TV. 'Cause, like you had BET, 106 Park, rap, Underground Basement, Hits on the Street, like things like that. So if
Mm.
any type of music outside of the South, that's where we got it from.
Yeah.
Unless somebody went and bought the CD and then burned copies for everybody.
Yeah. So that could have been played a major role.
Yeah.
Like, it was all CD, so it was kind of hard to, Eminem probably didn't reach out to certain parts of the area because it was CDs, it was word of mouth kind of thing, watch
Yeah.
TV, but I don't know, man. Just the fact that I think a lot of people are going out and just making it their mission to just, I don't know, just kind of berate on this guy for no reason. It's almost like, bro, look, listen. Out of all the artists that culture votes, the our culture, which is hip hop and R&B and all this shit, they go after the one that actually gives people opportunities and jobs and creates wealth and gives you some of the best artists and music that you've heard in a while. You know what I'm saying? And also helps out other artists a lot too. Like, he'll sign people for like a 2 CD deal and then let them go. And if they get popping, go do your thing. If you're not, go do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's not jerking the culture is what I'm saying, bro. He's not signing people to 360 deals. He's not signing people for 10-year, 10 CD albums. He's telling them, yo, I'll give you the, whatever, 2-album deal or 1-album deal or 3 mixtapes or LPs or whatever.
Mhm.
All I know is that everybody he's signed, even if they had an issue or some kind of discrepancy with other bandmates, like for instance the Slaughterhouse situation, he signed, which could have been the biggest rap group ever.
Mhm.
He had some of the best lyricists in the game in a group. And what fucked that up? I don't think it was M. I think that shit was ego. Because don't get me wrong, man, I love Joe Budden.
Mhm.
I've always loved his music.
Mhm.
I listened to all his mixtapes, even his albums that were alright.
Mhm.
and I watched a good majority of his podcasts. He just seems like the kind of guy that's hard to work with because he's so driven and he's really educated in the culture. So you can't tell him shit. He's that kind of guy because he knows his work. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. But when you have four other guys that are kind of in juggernauts in a lyrical stand, bro, it's like getting your 5 favorite basketball players all together in one room to talk about basketball. Right. You know, egos and opinions are gonna be crazy high.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with Slaughterhouse. They delivered good albums, and the reason even M said it in an interview, I think on Sway in the Morning, he's like, bro, they could have been the biggest rap group. I don't know why these guys didn't take off. And I think deep down inside he knows why, but he just didn't want to say it. But I think it had a lot to do with their egos. You know, you had Crooked, he's a legend. You had Joe, he's a legend. You know, you had Joel Ortiz, which at that time he was kind of fresh, but he was known in the streets, you know. So you have all these guys, like, bro, like it should have worked. But like I said,
my favorite was Royce, though. Royce the 5'9".
Yeah, you have Royce. I mean, Royce is crazy. They're all great.
Yeah.
I mean, I listened to when Slaughterhouse came out, bro. It was like a breath of fresh air, bro. Like no bullshit. It was lyricism. They had good, catchy songs. I mean, it was almost like a modern day Wu-Tang, bro. Like songs with no hooks. You know what I'm saying? Kind of shit. Some of them. It was a well balanced meal of music, bro. Like, but like I said, I think it just had to do with ego, and I don't know. And like I said, I don't know their contract. I don't know what their money was about. But if I had to call it, I think it was just they weren't making enough noise because they took so much time to do things. You know what I'm saying? Then that everybody wanted to go do rap battles and all this bullshit. Like, fuck all that rap battle bullshit. Like, that shit's cool, but you either gotta do that or you gotta do this. You can't do both. But yeah, man, I just think like with all the other culture vultures in the culture, going after M is not a priority. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think he is culture vulturing. I mean, bro, it just don't make sense to me.
I don't think he's culture vulture. It just is you when you're different and you're not what people are used to. You gonna take some hits, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, then there's always that racial thing in America, man. It just, I don't know. I don't see it going away. I mean, it always plays a part in whatever's going on. So, but like I say, I don't think I don't think he's a culture vulture. I don't know. I mean, I think I do not think he's a culture vulture. I think he gets the credit that he does deserve because a lot of people say that he is the best. I think he makes good music, and like you say, he has given back. You know, he got the Shade 45 radio station. That's what Sway is, right? Sway in the Morning.
Right, and they've been up there forever. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I mean, I don't think he's a culture vulture. I don't think he's ever done anything selfishly within the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just I don't know when it comes to Eminem, because I like Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Do I listen to his music every day? No, but I know a lot of his songs, and I know a lot of his. I listen to all his albums, and yeah, some of them are not as great as others. I mean, he does do a lot of lyrical, biblical, boom, 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 all that kind of shit that a lot of people are not into. I get it,
right.
But is he a bad rapper? No. Is he a bad person? No. I think, is he white? Yes. Does it play into him selling stuff? Oh, of course. No. I mean, he knows that. We all know that. But when, like for instance, when the game says, "Oh, they put money behind them," yeah, I mean that's what they're supposed to do if they're really interested in their artists. I mean, they did it to 50, and nobody says anything. They did it to, um, um, they did it to Dre. You know, they do. That's what they do, and I'm pretty sure they did it for him too when he was coming up. You know what I'm saying? So for him to sit there and literally take shots at people who helped him get where he's at, I think is wrong. It's almost like biting the hand that feeds you kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, if he feels he's better than Eminem, that's fine. I think every rapper should feel they're better than every other rapper. That's like me playing ball and you playing ball. I'm gonna tell you I'm better than you, even if you beat me. I'm like, yo, I was, you know, because that's the competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? But for them to just be going on the internet and saying, yeah, Eminem he sold records because he's white and this and that. Okay, but you could have sold the same amount of records because 50 sold crazy records too. You know what I'm saying? Drake sold mad records. You know, like Cole, Kendrick. These guys are selling records. Ain't nobody saying anything about them. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think he sold because he's white. I think as a white rapper, it's harder to sell a record because you're white. I mean, I think his music just at that time, what people were, what black rappers were rapping about, what he was rapping about, it was just so different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to remember, he was raised in a trailer park, bro. Like most black people don't live in trailer park. Well, I'm pretty sure they do, but I'm saying like where I was raised, all my black friends, all my Spanish, none of us been in a trailer park. I only saw that shit on TV. The first time I saw a trailer park was when I moved to Georgia, bro. So you can't say everybody has different things going on. You know what I'm saying? Like the new kids now are rapping about different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to say I understands M music, that's fine, but doesn't mean you didn't like it. Like I listened to the Games album. I'm not a blood, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be like, oh, I don't relate to Games music. That's just trash. No, I don't relate to Game music. I'm not a blood from Crenshaw or wherever the fuck he's from, but I understand it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I'm not from a trailer park, but I understand that it's hard living there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We all had those same issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just in a different fucking rap. You know what I'm saying? It's rap and packaged different. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got blue shiny thing. I got this red shiny thing, but it's almost the same shit. Right, it's just different colors, different area.
Yep. Different lingo and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, man, I don't think it's a culture vulture.
And yeah, because trust me, there's plenty of rappers out there that are culture vulture, bro.
I think.
You know what I mean?
I think all of this stuff, like as far as who's the greatest, who's the best, I think it's art, man, and it's all subjective. Like,
yeah, it is absolutely. It's like having it's like saying who's your favorite painter. Right. Like if you're into art.
Yeah.
Like everybody's gonna have a different. Like some people like abstract art, some people like the regular shit, traditional. Bro, you'll get 10 different answers.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I ask you right now, give me your top 5 rappers. Who you gonna say?
My top 5 rappers, I would say. My number 1 is Andre 3000.
Okay.
And I would say CeeLo Green.
Okay.
And then I would say Big Crit.
Okay.
I would say Royce the 5'9".
Okay, that's 4.
And who do I listen to out there? I guess I say Joe Budden, I guess.
Okay, see? 5 totally different rappers than me. Literally. You know what I'm saying? And you're from the South, so a lot of your rappers were Southern based. Mm-hmm. And then you're a little younger than me. What you're like? How old are you? 35. I'm 41. So that's a pretty big gap. Mm-hmm. My rappers, my top 5 mm-hmm. are Nas, mm-hmm. Biggie, mm-hmm. Pac, mm-hmm. Jay-Z, mm-hmm. and I'll either put DMX or Busta Rhymes there.
Okay.
On that next one. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I'm missing a bunch of others
Right.
because I like Jada, I like Fab, but you understand? See, my mix is an East Coast mix. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on where you're from. Everybody's gonna have a different outlet. Now, if you ask me what's my top 5 favorite rappers, like currently, like that are not, because I consider those the gods.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like those are considered the gods to me. So it's like I got God MC's top 5. I got favorite current rappers top 5. I got favorite current, favorite 10 years ago. Like every generation, I have a top 5. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I go in the 80s and I start saying KRS-One, Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, and all these other guys, like I have top 5s in every generation. So it's like it's almost impossible to. Now, if I tell you, here's a list, and these are all the greatest rappers. Okay, that's different. But I just hate when magazines like the Rolling Stone or some outlet that's not hip hop makes a list. I don't think that's relevant. I don't even think they should be allowed to do it, because most of the time they do it with ignorance or some kind of weird bullshit number that they come up with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just dumb.
Some kind of agenda.
Yeah.
With what they're doing.
Yeah, and that's what I hate about our culture, because we always let people in, right? Like, for instance, people want to attack M's character of for whatever reasons, whether he's white or because they think he's the GOAT, whatever, right? But they don't ever attack these other entities like the Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Like, but to me, it's like, fuck the Grammys, bro. They never fucked with us until the last couple years, and everybody's like, oh, well, they started giving out. No. I heard a conversation on the internet. I forgot what podcast or what shit, but they were like, oh, well, if the Grammys never fucked with hip hop, then why Jay-Z got like 8 Grammys or whatever the amount of Grammys he has, 13 or whatever. I'm like, bro, that right there tells you exactly why the Grammys don't fuck with us, because let's put it in perspective. Nas been rapping for decades. He just got a Grammy like a year or 2 ago. I think he got 1 or 2 Grammys, maybe 1. Bro, Nas has some of the best work on Illmatic, hands down. All right, but he's just getting a Grammy. Not saying that the new shit he dropped was trash. It was good. By Hit Boy, great. It's great music. I love it. I love all 3 of those. Well, it's 6 albums, but the trilogy, I love that whole setup. It was perfect. I think it was great. It really set the tone of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It changed the perspective of how you can make music. You don't have to follow a trend. You know what I'm saying? You can literally do it how you want it. You know what I mean? The Grammys gave him 1 fucking award. Jay-Z got a bunch for a bunch of albums that came out years ago. Not saying that Jay-Z's credibility is not good, but he was popping so crazy at the time that he went way over Nas. Everybody knows that, but Nas stood the most humble rapper without selling his soul. I don't care what anybody says, bro. These rappers were selling their souls back in the early 2000s and late 90s, bro. And not saying that Jay-Z sold his soul, but man, he sold out. He sold the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what anybody says. He sold. He got rid of all his people. He sold rock. He sold out. Let's keep it 100. And when you sell out, you get those big awards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people who never got Busta Rhymes. I don't know how many Grammys he got. I don't even know. I don't even remember him winning any Grammys. I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure he got something, but I don't know if he got any Grammys.
I mean, yeah.
You know? So we don't go after these, because when we see they have a hip hop nominee. Drake, Nicki Minaj, they all nominated. Yay. And they don't win. Or they do that to draw you in, and then they'll give it to just anybody at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like
Macklemore.
Yeah. Oh my God. Another. Oh my God. I cannot stand. I remember that, bro. That was like what, like 5 years ago, right?
I believe so,
bro. Listen, you cannot tell me that Kendrick album, Good was a Good Kid, Bad City, wasn't the best album created in that time. Bro, every track, back and front to back, was a banger, bro. And it was telling a story, and it was well written, and each song went into each other almost flawlessly. It sounded like you were listening to a movie. But Macklemore wins for garbage dumping, whatever the name of that song is. Bro, if Macklemore ever sees this, you're fucking trash, and I hate you.
Oh,
bro, I
God.
cannot. You cannot tell me that he is not a culture vulture. Post Malone, another one. All day, like these guys take the music, do their thing, get these things, and then you don't see them again. Now they're out doing.
You definitely don't see Macklemore.
They doing. You never see them again, bro. They talk about we hip hop. No, you're not. You're not hip hop, bro. And look, the closest. I know this is probably going a little bit off, but Drake. I figured we just utilize this and we'll just talk about the music. But Drake, he's a great artist. Mm-hmm. Do I think he's the best rapper? Absolutely not. People are gonna fucking cut my fucking head off for this, and I don't care. But Drake is not the best rapper. He is barely a rapper. He's a good artist. He's a good music maker. But bro, after he dropped his first 2 albums, Drake has never been the same since, bro. You can't tell me that most of your album is you whining and crying on tracks to mediocre beats that sound like lullabies, bro. Like, and then say that he's the hardest rapper in the game, bro. No, you're not, bro.
I mean, I agree. I agree with you. I don't think he's the best rapper.
No, bro. And I hate that. I hate the fact that they even put him on the top 3 with Kendrick and Cole, and they're okay with that because fine, they're buddies. Mm-hmm. Cole's completely okay with that because Cole is Cole. He's a humble guy, whatever. Mm-hmm. But bro, to put Drake on the top 5 list for the current bro, you know what Drake is. I'm gonna tell you, this is gonna be 100% accurate. Drake is a modern day Flow Rider. Okay? Mm-hmm. You remember Flow Rider?
Yeah.
Does anybody ever say Flow Riders is the top rapper of all time? You ever heard anybody say that?
No, but
wait. But wait, there's more. You know Flow Riders probably sold more records than all these guys put together?
You're right, though.
Bro, Flow Rider got songs that went diamond, bro. Okay? You cannot go anywhere without hearing you. Bro, you go to any party, you're going to hear a Flow Rider song. You go to any bar mitzvah, you're going to hear a Flow Rider song. You can go to a baby shower, you're going to hear Flow Rider songs. You know what I'm saying? Pitbull. All these guys, they're rappers. But you don't call them top 5 best rappers of all time. And they sell more songs, they sell more albums and records than all these other top 5 rappers. So you can't tell me Drake is a top 5 fucking rapper.
Okay, but why is that though? So like, why does a Flow Rider sell more records than an actual rapper like a J. Cole or Kendrick?
Okay, so
Crit. I gotta put Crit because I think Crit deserves to be in the conversation.
Of course, and I love Crit, bro. When he came out, I thought he was so different. His voice, his tone, everything. But see, rappers like that don't get their due because of the way the industry set up. Okay, the way the industry set up is not set up for grungy underground guys to come up and do shit freely. Mm-hmm. You always, as long as I've been on this earth, you always have to give up something to become something. So However that is, it's if you give it up your soul for money, or you have to give up your time for this, you have to give up something for something. This is just how the world works. If we want this podcast to work, we got to give up our time, right? To make it work.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of these rappers want to take that short bus route and give up. Okay, yeah, I'll do anything. What we got to do. And not saying that's what they did, but like for instance, in the case of Flo Rida, you don't hear him on blogs saying he's the best rapper of all time and fuck Drake or fuck 50 or any of these guys. Bro, when was the last time you ever heard Flo Rida say anything about a rapper?
I ain't never heard Flo Rida talk, period, man.
Exactly. And he's selling more music than any of these rappers right now. And call it what it is. He might be an industry plant. He might not even care. He might be a culture vulture for all we know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't have to be white or a different color to be a culture vulture.
Right.
I'm not saying that all white people are culture vulturing hip hop. I'm just saying he could be a plant himself. You know what I'm saying? So what makes that any different than Drake? Drake does anything to get ahead, bro. All right, he made his way in through TV. He got with Lil Wayne, bro. Bro. When I first heard Drake, what was I? I think I was in Queens, and I heard check this shit out. This shit is crazy ghetto. I bought his bootleg mixtape in a car wash. When I went to go wash my car, I saw a picture, and it had like I don't know if you remember his album coming. It had like the little hearts coming down with gun shells, and it said Drake and some shit. I don't know, but it had that song with him and Lil Wayne, The Best I Ever Had.
Yeah,
bro, that was a dope song.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne killed that. But when I bought that mixtape, I paid $5 for it. Put it in my car right when I got out the car wash and bumped that song for like 3 days straight. The other songs on there were good. He had all the songs on there were good, but the problem I think Drake had, he had identity issues because he sounded like Wayne on those songs, and I think that's why I liked him so much in the beginning, because he sounded like Wayne. Because I love Wayne. I listened to all Wayne shit back in those days. Carter 1 all the way to 4 was my shit. You know what I mean? Drake, in between some point, when he started singing more than rapping is when I feel Drake lost his vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the albums after that were just, I hate it, bro. I hated this. I preferred if Drake did a rap album, and if he wants to do the R&B crying shit, put it on a side B on a different CD. You know what I'm saying? Like his last shit that came out, what was it? For All My Dogs? Bro, how you call your album For All My Dogs and you singing on it the whole time? Like, what does that make any sense? Like, yo, like, who are you singing for? All your dogs? Like, what are you talking about? Bro, it was so bad that when Joe Budden was making fun of him, Drake got so mad and tweeted out that long ass shit. Bro, don't tweet him. Put it in the song.
Yeah.
Like, stop being a bitch, bro. That's what I'm saying about Drake. He tweeted out that shit, bro. He got so mad he released like 8 other songs on a deluxe version of For All My Dogs, and they were better songs. So you mean to tell me all Joe Budden had to do was talk shit about your fucking whack album, and you dropped a deluxe edition that same week with like 5, I don't know, like 5 or 10 more songs, and those songs were better than your whole album that you dropped?
Man.
Come on, bro. Like, and that's how I feel about Drake right now.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been stopped listening to Drake. I think I stopped listening to Drake after Take Care. I think it was Take Care.
Bro, yeah, that shit was trash, bro. And that's what I'm saying about the culture. That's what I'm. So the game goes and says that Eminem's whack, but nobody says Drake is whack besides Joe Budden. And then people get mad at Joe Budden for speaking the truth because Drake is whack, or Funkmaster Flex. Like, this is the problem. Like, we're allowed to attack people But when we're the ones getting attacked, we just gonna fold up and complain. Like you can't do that. Like you can't attack Eminem and be like, "Yo, Eminem is this and that," and he sucks. Nobody listens to his music, bro. Who's driving on the street listening to Drake's music right now, bro? I don't. I mean, he got a bunch of girls listening to Drake. I'm telling you, Drake is the modern day flow rider, bro. He's the Shaggy. He's the flow rider. He's the Pitbull. He's that guy. He's that artist. He's so big. You're no longer a rap. You're no longer a rap artist, bro. I'm sorry. You're just a pop artist at this point, bro. That's why nobody really makes songs with him, because he sounds weird. All right, that shit he did with 21 Savage. I think, and this is just my opinion, I think 21 Savage is a good artist. Does he have weird songs? Yes, but I think he has a lot of potential because he's just getting into it. I think he just had the problem with 21. I think he got into it and didn't have his creative mojo right yet. You know what I'm saying? You know how like when people get in their lane, they make that music, like Big Sean. You know how Big Sean now, he's in his lane, he knows how to make songs with certain people and always sound good. I think when 21 makes songs with Drake, it doesn't sound good because Drake he just sounds weird singing and rapping with 21. I don't want to hear 21 with Drake. I want to hear 21 with Cole or Kendrick or Big Sean. I don't want to hear him with Drake because I think he's killing 21's like sound. Because 21 has that gruddy sound and Drake sounds like an R&B, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like that new 21 song, I forgot what it's called. Man, I don't know. I forgot, but I was watching the video today actually. It's a good fucking song, bro. I think 21 is starting to grow into himself as an artist and as a rapper. Like you can hear he's more confident in his raps. I think after that whole Nas shit, he's really stepped his game up. And I like that song with Nas. I think he sounds good with Nas. When he made that album with Drake, I was like, I'm not, and I'm not saying I'm not impressed by 21. I'm just not impressed by Drake trying to. If you ask me, I think he was trying to dick ride 21's, like, because that's when 21 was really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Drake does that a lot. I think Drake would dick ride a vibe, you know what I'm saying, or a come up, and I think he does that to a lot of artists. I think he just rides their wave until they kind of fade away, and then he's on to somebody else shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he did that shit with a couple artists. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't respect Drake as an artist because I've heard so much shit and people's complaining and they're just like, you know, it's always something surrounding Drake, and I'm like, bro, like Big Sean don't have these problems, M don't have these problems, Kendrick don't have these problems. Like, no, I just don't understand why Drake is held up here because he's selling more records than everybody. So what?
He don't made music so everybody,
bro. And he's mad and immature, bro. Like he does weird shit. Right? He's like gonna be 40 or 30 something. He just does shit that's just like, yo, bro, like it's just dumb. Same thing with Nicki Minaj. Overrated, bro. Rapper of all time. Nicki Minaj, bro.
Think she overrated,
like, bro? Yeah, I think so, bro. Every time I listen to a Nicki song, it's just I can't. I just turn it off.
I like Nicki, and
I like her old shit. I can't listen to none of her new shit, bro.
I like her old stuff. I haven't heard any of her new stuff.
And I think it's because, like, I think they just, after a while, they have nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? They have nothing to really rap about.
I'm a spiritual person. I'm an energy person. So your music has to feed my soul. So that's why Big Crit was my favorite rapper. Like the things he talk about, it feeds my soul.
Right.
If you talking about twerking and promiscuous sex, drinking and all that stuff, I can't do that, man. And I feel like nowadays, it's like, no disrespect. no disrespect. I like Sexy Red, Get Your Money. But I heard her performance on the BET Awards, and I was just like, man, why? Like, yo, she
Funny, man.
came out and it was just like the filthiest stuff that you could say. And I was like, bro, like, why? Why are you saying these things? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not even mad at her. Like, Get Your Money.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like the way music is going, it's all the way left. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no balance.
Yeah.
For example, Marvin Gaye, right? Marvin Gaye sings "Let's Get It On," "Sexual Healing," and those kind of songs. But he also sang "What's Going On" in Inner City Blues, which were like, you know what I'm saying, like the top, like real world shit. So it was balance right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now,
I see what
nowadays,
you're saying.
it's like the music is just all the way left. So I'm not saying Sexy Red has to make the conscious music, but somebody has to make the conscious music and put it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get you, and it's crazy because when J. Cole was coming out, his music was real, conscious heavy, like, and I think that's where he started to get his lane. You know what I'm saying? Because like every song he's made, there's always a message in it. Like hands down, like you can listen to any one of Cole's songs and there's a message in there that you can relate to. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that way when I listen to Drake. You know what I mean? Like I really can't, because I don't know what he's crying about on his song. Bro, I can put any Drake on and close my eyes and pick it, and he's crying about some shit nobody cares about, bro. Like, and then the shit that kills me is that when he does do a rap song that's gritty or grimy, it's with somebody else, and that's what I'm saying. He needs other artists to be cool. So when he was with Wayne, rapping with Wayne, he was good. He was dope. He had the energy. He had Wayne energy. He's almost like Diddy. Diddy can't make a good rap song to save his life, but when somebody's with him, you get a good Diddy song. When Mace was with Diddy, you got good Diddy songs. When Biggie was with Diddy, you got good Diddy songs. When Locks was with Diddy, you got good Diddy songs. When Loon was with Diddy and Mark Curry and all these other guys, you got good Diddy songs. What's Diddy now? He's doing love songs and it's trash. That Love album, trash. It sucks. I don't know who said they like it. It's not good, and nobody's talking about it. It's just trash. Is it artistry? Yeah, it could be good in some ways, maybe. But is it an overall good album? No, it's no R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? It's not anything like No Way Out. It's none of that. And that's how I feel about Drake. My opinion is that Drake was when he was with Young Money, that whole crew they had going on, he made good songs. Every time he was with good company, he made good songs. I'm going to put it like that. Even his features, like when he had songs with Rick Ross, good songs. When he's by himself, trash. When he's making albums with 40, his producer, 40 needs to retire. I think he's the worst fucking producer in hip hop. I'm sorry. If it's his producing skills that are keeping Drake from moving to the next step, then he needs to get rid of that motherfucker, because 40's beats sound so boring. Like, and that could be probably one of the reasons why I don't like Drake, because all his song, if you listen to a Drake song, this is a Drake beat. He'll take an old R&B song, play it in the background at like 90 BPMs, and then throw a kick and a snare on it, and he's Yeah, I told her the other day, and that's bro. You can't tell me that that's a like what is that? And that's it. That's the whole song. Like there's no like built up.
Oh man, that was funny.
You can't tell me. You can't tell me that wasn't a Drake song I just made right there.
Yeah, that sounds just like Drake. And from the Drake that I remember, 'cause like I say, I started listening to Drake at like Take Care, and everything else has been
And
like on the
that's
radio. But then I don't even listen to the
and
radio because
that's
the radio play the same song. They got 5 songs that they play on random repeat all day.
yeah, all day long.
Nah, so I'm
So
on YouTube, man.
and that's what I was saying, bro. Like it's his melody that just boring, bro. I hate when dudes on the internet say Drake is the best rapper alive. I want to take his face and smack it because how are you gonna say this kid is the best rapper of all time and he barely raps? He's getting away with becoming the best rapper of all time without rapping, bro. It's just I don't know, man. I can sit here and yap all day of how much I just, and I don't want to say I hate Drake because I like Drake. I think he does decent music, but he's just a pop artist at this point, bro. He's a pop artist. That's it. He is the new Flow Rider. Should he be top 5? No, absolutely not. If you tell me Drake from 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, yeah, I would have thrown him in there. But I don't think you can put him up. I think if I was Kendrick or Cole, it would be a disrespect to me if you put Drake anywhere near me after all these consecutive storytelling albums I gave you, and you gonna put Crybaby in top 3. I'm sorry, man. I would have. Nah, that ain't working, bro. That ain't working.
But didn't Drake come out before Flow Rider? Or Flow Rider was out first?
No, Flow Rider was out first, kid. Yeah, Flow Rider's been out for a minute. I remember listening to Flow Rider when I was in New York, bro. Flow Rider was out making jams out there. But yeah, dude, like even Big Sean, bro. I love Big Sean. I rock with all his music, all of it. You know what I'm saying? Of course Kendrick, of course Cole, even G-Eazy. I like G-Eazy. There's no other. I'm trying to think of the new rappers. Like I think it's JID. I fucks with him. I used to listen to A Boogie a lot, but then he kind of just went left too. He's like he went the Drake route, started singing on everything. I'm like, all right, see, this is what happens when you can sing and rap. Like I think it becomes easier to sing songs for bitches because that's what sells. And then like after a while, like, yo, why I gotta rap? I could just
that's why I like
a couple times and then that's it.
Why I like Joe Budden, Love For You so much. I don't know if you heard that song.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he definitely talks about that shit. You know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I think that's what Joe Budden has been saying for the last like 10 years. Everybody says he's a hater. I don't think he's a hater, bro. I think he's just really into the music. He's really into the culture. It's like you being really into basketball and you arguing with your friend on who's the greatest of all time. It's the same thing. It's just hip hop. It's just you can't say Drake's the best rapper when you still got dudes like Nas rapping still.
Yeah.
Like if you ask me, Drake is nowhere. I don't care how many records Drake sells. I don't care how many features he got. I don't care none of that shit. You can't tell me in the realm of Nas he is better. You can't say that. You just can't. You can't tell me that ever a day in my life that Drake is better than Nas because he sold more records or he got 5 top 100 songs on the playlist. Yeah, because the same way the Game, and this is gonna take me back to the beginning, the same way Game said Eminem had money and the industry pushing him, that's how I feel about Drake. Then if he's gonna say that shit about M, then he can say that shit about Drake too. Oh, if you put money behind shit, you're gonna go want to smell the shit too. Yes, and a lot of people are smelling Drake shit. Because what you say about somebody else could apply to many people. You know what I mean? So you can't tell me that Eminem is a whack rapper when you got dudes like Drake out here rapping or singing or whatever. You know, I don't hear him saying, "Oh, I'm better than Macklemore, or I'm better than Post Malone." And those boys been selling way more records than Game. And they rap. They don't sing. They rap. You know what I mean? But nobody's saying nothing about them boys. But they go after they go after Eminem. Tell me how that makes any motherfucking sense, bro. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, just some people are just so want to get some kind of clout from attacking the people who are, actually doing shit out here. Ain't nobody. I haven't heard none of these bitch ass rappers say anything about a diss song about Macklemore or any of these guys. But they want to sing whack. They want to sing diss songs to Eminem. This shit's crazy. Or they want to dish, Cole or Kendrick and say they don't make albums. Like, you're going after the wrong ones, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I mean, I guess they see these people in a position that they want to be, so they just take shots at them.
And I get that, but get there the same way. I'm pretty sure M was not if M was an industry plant, bro, he wouldn't have to do the shit he does. He wouldn't have to run a record label and blow up 50 and all that shit, bro, and Yayo and all these other guys, man. He didn't have to do none of that shit. He didn't have to put G Unit on. He didn't have to help make records for Game and Dre and all that shit. Like, come on, bro. The industry plants don't help people get big. Let's keep it real. Industry plants don't do that because you, like I said, you see Post Malone out here. Who he putting on? He ain't putting nobody on. I don't know anybody who came up under Post Malone. I don't see anybody coming up on the Macklemore. Like, it even bothers me when I see Miley Cyrus have a rapper on one of her songs. I'm like, look at this bitch. Yeah. Because she's just doing it for clout.
She definitely is a culture vulture. Because she came into hip hop, and hip hop allowed her to be who she wanted to be. When she didn't want to be Miley Cyrus no more, not Miley Cyrus, Hannah Montana. Right. She didn't want to be Hannah Montana no more. She came to hip hop.
What she did?
Came to hip hop, took all the clothes off, just twerking out everywhere. And then once she shed that image, she didn't need hip hop no more. She made a statement. She was like,
right. And then
I'm done with hip hop.
And what she's doing now?
I don't know what she's doing.
And she's singing love pop songs, country songs, whatever. That's what I'm saying. Like, we allow them to come in, use the image, even give them rappers so they can play their songs on hip hop stations. See, this is another thing that bugs me, bro. Is that if you're a rapper, right, and you want to get your name out there, so you go and you get like a Miley Cyrus, or let's just say you got a connect that got a Taylor Swift connect, and you get the biggest artist on your record singing. They'll play that record on the hip hop station all day, with or without Taylor Swift on it. They will not play your song on the other radio stations if it doesn't have Taylor Swift on it. You understand what I'm saying? So, for instance, if my song is playing on hip hop station and it's just me on it, and I do a remix and I get Taylor Swift on it, now they're playing that song over at the unhip hop station, on Pop 101 or Country Jams or whatever you want to call those other stations. But as soon as I don't have Taylor Swift on that song no more, it's only playing in the hip hop station. They won't play it without her with me on it unless she's on it. So you understand what I'm saying? Like we let people in. We will play her songs on a hip hop song station if it has a hip hop artist, but they won't play our shit over there. And that's what happens, bro. We let them in. They get cool on our account. Then when they blow up, they're gone. They don't come back to us. They leave us here. And that's what Miley does. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of the Macklemores and all these other the Post Malones and bro, this is another. I'm gonna hit you with this one. This is probably gonna be the last one. Culture Vulture of the year. Ready? Lil Nas X. Bro, I don't care what anybody says. He is a culture vulture industry plant weirdo that went from singing about cowboys, right? Because remember, he was a country singer. So he went over to the countryside, made a country song with Miley Cyrus Pops, right? So nobody wanted to sing a song with me because I'm gay, blah 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 blah, using all that shit because he's gay and using that narrative. Gets a song with Miley Cyrus' dad. Shit blows up. He's singing about cowboys. Whether it's a cowboy song about being gay, I don't know, but it blows up, right? Old Country Road blows up. He goes from singing country songs to sliding down a pole into hell with braids on, twerking on the devil's dick, which is weird. I'm not really into the devil or any, you know me, I'm just not into any of that shit. But that's just weird, bro. Like, and then they play that shit on TV. Like,
I never saw it. Like,
bro, it's a terrible video. Don't watch it. It should make you throw up. Bro, it's so fucking trash. And that's what I'm saying. Like, me saying that, people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're a hater." No, bro. I understand creativity, and then I understand just looking for clout. Oh, if I do this super gay shit, yeah, I'm gonna blow up. My fans are gonna love me, and blah blah blah. Bro, they played Old Country Road song in elementary schools. Like, you're doing stuff that's weird and kids like you. Like, you don't find that weird? That's like me, like, just saying this shit bothers me. But that's like me being a pop artist, playing on my dick, and then like going to elementary school and singing that same song that I done played a video with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird, bro. And that's the kind of shit.
Yeah, it's kind of.
As a society, we accept. I'm like, bro. I think Lil Nas X is the culture vulture. I think he jumped on the countryside, went over there, got a hit, sucked that shit dry, literally and probably physically, and then try to jump back into hip hop, talking about he's a rapper, and we were like, no, the fuck you not. And then he's doing all this other crazy shit. Like, it's fucking weird, bro. It's like, it's dumb weird, my nigga. Like, I don't get it, and you can't tell me nothing. Lil Nas X is probably one of the worst artists of all time with these whack songs, bro. I'm sorry. I don't understand who listens to them. And I know people are gonna be like, oh, well, it's because he's gay, you feel that way. No, that shit could, like, Drake ain't gay, and I don't like his fucking music either now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
oh, man.
Nobody say, oh, you hate Drake because he's straight. No, I don't. It has nothing to do with sexuality. It just has to do with the way he puts himself in that. You know what I mean?